This is Brian Houle. I am a solutions consultant with Beyond 20, and today I want to speak quickly about it's more of a footnote in triggering automation processes via a related child relationship. In other words, in Cherwell Service Management, you can create an automation process that triggers not on a major business object itself, but on a change in one of its related supporting business objects. It's a really powerful tool, but there is a catch, and that catch is what I want to talk to you about today. This is a documented thing if you look at the Cherwell documentation, but what I want to do is spare you some of the searching that I did when I was trying to trigger an automation process on a related child object, but it wasn't firing. And so that scenario is what I want to talk about. So I'm in the version 5.1.1 today. I'm in the automation processes category, and I'm going to create a new automation process blueprint to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So first, let's look at that. I'm going to go for a new simple action and event process. And this kind of process is it's not time-based, it just responds to a condition. And so working off of the incident object, we're going to leave everything here. We'll just call this our test automation process. And it's the event that I'm talking about. So an event is really something that happens in the system that an automation process can respond to. And we can do it off of an incident creation, changed, incident created or changed, these state changes, or a related child event. And this is very cool because then you can walk down a relationship, and one common one I use is journals. So when there's a change in a journal, for instance, a journal is added, or a task is the other common one that I use. So the incident, the business process defined on the incident will fire in response to a task being added to it. And you can see here, you can check, I just want this to run on the first task only. You can limit your records as normal based on a query or a field perhaps, or a stored expression or a custom expression. Limit your execution, and then finally your action. And I'm not really going to go through building an automation process. I want to go back to my event screen here. And the secret I want to share with you, and again, it's not a secret because it is documented, but if you don't find that page of documentation, it's hard to find. This will only fire, this automation process triggered off of a related child event will only fire if that task is added via the tab at the bottom of the screen. So in other words, if we look at the client tool, what that related child event does is it triggers when that change happens down here in our tabs. So if this task is created, say, via an email monitor, and I see this a lot with approvals. So if you're doing email approval responses, in other words, instead of an approver logging into the system via the smart client and clicking the button on the tab to approve, they're emailing their approval in, either an approve or deny. That's when I see that happening. So the related child event won't fire because it's happening through the email monitor. And so that's as designed, but it is kind of a subtle thing that if you're developing and you're not thinking about it, you might miss, and I want to save you that heartache. So the related child event really only occurs when the task happens here, or the journal is added, or the approval action is taken on a tab. So just to recap, I'm talking about in automation processes, the related child event, this will only fire if the event is triggered via the tabs at the bottom of the smart client. If you are trying to capture an event, for instance, if a task is added or even an approval is added, we don't have approvals set up on incident here. Oh yeah, there they are. Or if an approval is added or changed via the email monitor, this actually won't fire. and that can be that can be an issue if you're trying to make that happen and you can't figure out why. It only happens via the tab. So if you have questions about this or any other video, please feel free to leave a comment, and please subscribe to our channel for more Cherwell videos. Thanks very much.